been a long 140 years since Gustave Trouvé presented the first electric car in 1881. And now in the 21st century, electric cars have taken the world by storm and paved the way to revolutionize it, with Tesla and other startup companies leading the first frontier. The electric revolution has begun. Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. Now if you are watching this video, then you must be curious about electric cars. Perhaps looking to buy one and contemplating on whether or not an electric car is a viable option. Or maybe just want to know more and educate yourself on the topic. Range anxiety aside, in this video we are going to explore 5 benefits, 5 reasons why you should consider buying an all-electric car if you can afford it, as well as where the technology currently is and recent advancements and what we can expect to see in the near future. The past 5 years have seen electric cars move from a mass adoption pipe dream to a worldwide sensation, with many automakers now adding electric variants or entirely new lines to their production plans. In 2006, Tesla, now a household name, was then a Silicon Valley startup. Tesla unveiled their plans to produce a luxury electric sports car that could go more than 320 miles on a single charge. This was very impressive considering most attempts at an all-electric car at the time could barely manage to make it to a measly 200 miles on a single charge. Tesla's announcement and subsequent success spurred many big automakers to accelerate work on their own electric vehicles or risk becoming obsolete. At the same time, as a consequence of that, new battery technologies entered the market, helping to improve range and cutting the electric vehicle battery cost by 50% over a span of 4 years. This in turn has helped lower the cost of electric vehicles overall, making them more affordable for consumers. This trend should continue well into the future as electric cars become more and more mainstream. And with the improved battery technology also came improved range. This single factor in combination to some many others saw electric vehicles appealing to many very quickly. Humor me, you say. Okay, now let's look at what benefits you should expect from owning an electric car today, and how they fare against their combustion counterparts. Reason number 1. The truth of the matter is, for better or for worse, but mostly for better, electric cars are here to stay. And here to replace combustion engines. The same way the combustion engines replaced horse-drawn carriages and the steam engines. Due to more stringent emission regulations from governments around the world, falling costs, an increasingly positive public attitude, a growing number of electric vehicle choices and societal reckoning to climate change, the shift to electrical vehicles has been accelerated. The sale of new gasoline cars has already been banned in 15 countries so far, with many working on complete electric adoption by 2035. At this point, nobody could safely argue electric cars to be a worldwide gimmick that will pass in time. In 2020, more than 3 million electric cars were sold worldwide. Tesla sold its millionth car this year and was also the top-selling electric car of 2020 in the first quarter of 2021. With many automakers planning to begin full-on mass production of the same within a year or two, things can only get exciting from here on out. In our next video, we will showcase some of the sleek concept electric cars of 2021 that may go into full production soon. Don't miss it. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications every time we post a new video. Reason number 2. The cost of an electric car is cheaper long-term and probably in the short term as well, depending on how you look at it. Today electric cars on average cost about $20,000 more upfront as compared to gasoline cars. This has been the limiting factor for most people that already want to own an electric car. The good news is that an electric car will cost you less over the course of ownership. Electricity costs much less than fuel, and it gets even much cheaper still if your supplier offers reduced cost per kilowatt hour at night during off-peak hours, which is when you will be charging your car the most, as it so happens. How convenient. According to Consumer Reports analysis of electric vehicles, fuel savings alone can be more than $4,700 over the first 7 years, though to be honest this is a conservative figure as most full-time latest model electric car users have reported higher savings on their cars. Maintenance savings over the lifetime of the vehicle total to about $6,000 to $10,000. An electric car has by far less moving parts than a gasoline car. This simply translates to fewer things that could go wrong with it. The savings may vary from marginal to significantly outstanding. It just depends on the car, but overall you will save considerably with an electric car, long-term even more so. If you are going to buy a car over $35,000 anyway, an electric car is definitely value for money. There are so many government incentives tied to buying an electric car. This has been done to ease the transition for many consumers as much as possible. These include government subsidies and massive duty and tax exemptions, as well as many benefits from the automakers themselves, such as free charging at some public charging stations. Buying an electric car may be cheaper than you think. Do some light research on the deals you can get in your area on your electric car of choice. Reason number 3. Now let us address the hippo in the room. So range anxiety is a term that's been coined to mean the fear that your electric car battery has insufficient range to reach its destination and thus would leave you stranded. Range anxiety is one of the most cited reasons for reservations from buying an all-electric car. The truth is, what car buyers want, what any buyer wants really, has always differed from what they need. It is well established that the average US vehicle travels less than 40 miles, or 64 kilometers a day. The numbers aren't so different across the globe. Better yet, do an experiment yourself and see how much you have driven at the end of the day. Chances are, it is much lower than 100 miles. By comparison, even a low-end electric vehicle features more than 200 miles on a single charge. With high-end electric cars like the Tesla Model 3 and the new Lucid Air having as much as 500 to 700 miles of range on a single charge. Can you imagine driving around for a week without having to juice up your car? It is simply amazing what is now possible with electric cars. As long as you plug in when you have it parked somewhere with a charger nearby or overnight at home, you should be fine. Here are some facts to eliminate your range anxiety. 1. You can charge at home. Just like you would your phone, only it's a car. 2. It's not like getting gas. You don't fill up when the tank is almost empty. Your electric car will be full almost all the time. 3. You probably won't drive that far to empty the car. 4. Even if you do drive that far, charging stations are everywhere. 44,000 public stations in America and 120,000 in Europe. You probably drive by a charging station and you don't know it. Get a smartphone app to show you exact charging station locations around you and see. Reason number 4. Electric cars have some of the best features in a car out there. The word most electric car owners use for them is exciting. They are still a novelty, so indeed they are. The electric motor of an electric car is smaller than an internal combustion engine, translating into roomy interiors. Not to mention the empty front cabin where the engine is supposed to be in a conventional vehicle. The whole thing is basically storage space on wheels. Electric cars include the comforts we expect in premium cars. The market is just that competitive. Automakers are going out of their way to win early adopters because this is virgin market. It is as though a reset button has been initiated on the entire automotive industry. Those that come out ahead today will be in business and make profits for a long time to come. Competition like that always benefits the consumer. Talk about the customer always being right. All electric cars are automatic. Torque, or pulling power, is instantly available in an electric car by nature of its very design. Simply put, they are very fast. Have you heard of one-pedal driving? That's right. No need to touch the brakes to bring the car to a stop. Electric cars have the capability of using a single pedal to both accelerate forward and decelerate and come to a stop. They are comfortable, they are quiet, they are stylish and well designed. The list of features goes on. If you would like us to make a full video on more features on some of the coolest electric cars out there, tell us in the comments below. Reason number 5. The world has now more or less fully awoken to the devastating effects of global warming, and has also risen up commendably to face them. Electric vehicles are an important part of meeting global goals on climate change. No matter what kind of engines they run on, cars add to greenhouse gas emissions. But the data show that switching from gas to electric vehicles will make a huge impact. Consumers making individual choices between cars will make a difference. So will policy decisions made by governments and investments by companies as we drive into the future. There is a really cool website with scrolling graphics that visualizes the environmental impact comparison between electric cars and gasoline cars. Check it out, linked in the description. That concludes our list of 5 reasons why we think you should definitely buy an all-electric car if you can afford it. We hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you did. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Is there something we left out? If you own an electric car, tell us what your experience has been like. We would love to hear about it. To not miss out on any of our future videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. Until then, thanks for watching.